The 4x4 pickup market has seen a lot of change over recent years, with many offerings steering away from the utilitarian build quality that we've come to expect. Instead, they've become more car-like, not only with the styling, but the optional extras available and the driving manners. One of the big players in the 4x4 pickup market is Nissan with the NP300 Navara. Nissan has over 80 years of experience in this segment, and while it has made huge strides in the crossover and 4x4 market, you can tell straight off that the Navara is more refined and stylish than ever before, while still retaining the tough, rugged nature of a workman's tool. There are two versions of the Navara available. There's this double cab, which has a traditional 4-door, 2 rows of seat layout, or there's the king cab, which has a bigger load bay but suicide rear doors. You really have to climb up and into the Navara, which is no different to the competition, but fortunately this footplate really helps. Once behind the wheel, you really do lord it over the rest of the road. You really get a high driving position. The seat is fully adjustable, electric on this one, but the steering wheel only adjusts for height. It doesn't adjust for reach as well. So getting that perfect driving position is a little bit tricky. All the controls and dials are logically placed and easy to use. In fact, the interior is a marked improvement on Navaras of old. The build quality is solid and the materials more upmarket. Anyone familiar with the X-Trail would get to grips with the multimedia system with little issue. As much as this is a workmate for the job, it's practical for the family too. There's lots of storage spaces for drinks and snacks, and there's space in the back for 3 to sit comfortably, 2 in the king cab. What makes the pickup so useful is the flatbed in the back, which is particularly handy for trips to the tip or carrying heavy items. Space isn't too dissimilar from its competition, but note that if space is a factor, then the king cab does offer slightly more, while sacrificing rear cabin space. It can carry over a ton in the load bay, and it's able to tow up to 3.5 tons, so horse boxes or caravans are a doddle to hitch and pull. There's not much choice when it comes to engines. There's one, a 2.3 litre diesel with either 158 or 187 brake horsepower. If fuel economy is important, then the king cab is available as a 2-wheel drive model, which will return 44.9 miles per gallon. The 4-wheel drive double cab is slightly less, returning 44.1 miles per gallon and 169 grams per kilometre of CO2. As far as how well it drives, well, that depends on which spec Navara you go for. The king cab uses leaf springs, which are a bit dated, but they match much of the competition, which means the ride is firm unless the load bay is full with heavy items. The steering is numb and the body control is very roly-poly. If you opt for the double cab though, it comes with a multi-link independent suspension, which smooths out bumps in the road and keeps body control impressively composed. The only other factor to bear in mind is the gearbox. As standard, it comes with a 6-speed manual, which is a bit notchy. So we'd be more inclined to opt for the 7-speed automatic, which is a nice alternative. While it's not the most responsive of boxes, the gear changes are smooth. You just have to factor in whether the additional running costs justify having an auto. The Navara is a vastly improved 4x4 pickup. It's comfortable, it handles well, providing you go for the multi-link suspension. The interior is a huge step up and it comes with an impressive 5-year warranty.